Hello and welcome back to Fantasy Maiden Wars. In the last part, I finished the waterfall level where you dealt with the bird and the wolf, and it took quite a while. Now we're going to move on to dealing with Green Lady. A couple things I did between this chapter and the last chapter. I upgraded Reimu and Marissa a bit, so they're actually close to max at this point. You know the main characters I need, as much as they can get. I gave people items. These are the items. I gave people skills. What I mainly did was I gave some people support attack, because that seems like a very important skill. In fact, from what I've seen from gameplay of like the later chapters and how mechanics changed, it makes me wonder if at some point everyone's just given support attack automatically at some point. But apparently they don't have it now, so I gave some people some support attack if they could like afford it. Some people couldn't. I think I gave someone support defense too that didn't already have it, but I don't remember who. But yeah, that was basically that. So this is probably gonna be a very long chapter. It's definitely gonna take 2 parts like the last part, but hopefully I can finish recording it today. The next time I record will be the chapter after this, which is gonna be a big old doozy. Understood. I'll handle the rest. Your group can withdraw. Alright, we'll be going then. What a chilly wind. In the outside world, people are probably starting to wear winter clothing by now. It's been months since we arrived, and we're finally nearing our goal. Even if we passed into fantasy, as long as both of them can recover enough faith.
There you are, Sanae.
Lady Moria, were you taking a walk?
Pretty much. There's so much revelry going on all over the mountain. It's got me a little restless. Looks like the Hengu left. You're not posting them to guard the shrine?
They can't enter shrine grounds, so I have them stay on the lookout outside instead.
Oh yeah, Kaneko said something like that. Doesn't make much difference to me who comes and goes, but hey! Anyway, I hear the Hakari Shrine Maiden's invading.
Yes, she should arrive soon. If she refuses to listen to reason, I will handle her personally.
Oh, nice. I can't wait to see how your power holds up against Okyo.
I am a wind priestess of the Moria Shrine. I cannot afford to lose.
Easy there. Not everything ends in a victory or a loss, okay? What you've got to do is get out there and give the stuff we trained on a solid try.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be back soon.
Wow, Misty Lake looks so teeny from here. They're really high up. Wanna go grab some rocks to take back as souvenirs?
This is the big moment. Once we're done, how about we hit up a human village bar and party?
Oh, that sounds nice. Count me in.
Hey, I'm a human village, huh? Will they get mad if I come too?
No. Don't worry, the village has places where humans and yokai can drink together. Right, this is before, forbidden scrollery, all that nonsense.
Oh, would they have yokai food? Somehow I doubt they serve what you're picturing. Still, it's really hard for us to go. There are so many humans.
Why go to the village at all when you can just party at the shrine? Alright, we can drink at home. That's a great idea. The shrine's the most relaxing place for it.
Aren't all of you getting a little ahead of yourselves? They always do, and you'd be welcome to join them, Not interested. You guys have fun on your own.
Ugh. Wow, Blondie got shut down. I have to tell this to Yoka. Oh, you look so taken aback. You weren't expecting a flat-out no, were you?
Oh, be quiet.
I note that the Tengu are suddenly absent.
I don't sense any yokai nearby either. They're practically saying, hey, come on in. Wish I knew what they were up to. What will you do once we reach the Moria Shrine, Reimu? They've got more faith than you do. What's your plan then? Studying how to get more for yourself? Like I said earlier, I'll do what I want. First, I want a better idea of how they operate. Then, we'll go from there. But isn't the other shrine maiden really powerful? Can things really be settled that easily?
It'd be great if we could just talk this out, but somehow I doubt that's where this is going.
Shrine Maiden Showdown. Who will come out on top? The Mountain Summit or its boot? Yeah, it's a fun matchup. We've come this far with you. Don't embarrass yourself now, okay? You don't have to tell me I'm finishing this here, one way or another. Okay, onward to the Moria Shrine. That's why we're going back to the Kappa Valley.
What should I do?
Is something wrong, Natori?
Oh, Hina, did you walk all the way here? Whoa, you look beat up. Are you okay?
I've still... yeah, I've never actually seen the chapter where you fight Hina. So, I assume they beat up Hina. That's what happens. Don't worry about me. I just had a bit of bad luck. You, on the other hand, seem down. Is something troubling you?
Yeah, there's stuff going on with my human friends, and I don't know what to do.
By friends, do you mean the humans who are invading the mountain? I tried to sim them away, but they insisted on advancing no matter what.
Yeah, I did the same thing on the Moria Shrine's behalf. But really, I didn't want to fight them. I barely know anything about the shrine or its god.
Surely your friends must have understood why you fought them.
Maybe, but I don't know how I can face them again after our fight.
What do you mean? You don't know how? That's not like you at all, Natori.
It's not?
When you find something you want to do, you throw everything you have into it. So if you ask me, I say you should just be honest with your feelings.
Hina. Yeah, makes sense. I'll never mend bridges with them if I just sit around moping.
Exactly. As long as you want to see them, the meeting with them will give you the best possible outcome.
Alright, in that case, I'm off to visit Marissa and the others right now.
And there you go. Pop in for a visit right now. Wait, now? Isn't that a bit little hasty?
Nope, I've made my decision. In times like this, it's best to be direct. Thanks, Hina. We should hang out again sometime.
He really just got up and left. Well, I suppose this is for the best. The yokai and the Moria Shrine are drifting apart. I'm sure whatever happens won't betray your feelings. Good luck out there, Natori. Faith is for the transient peoples? Is that S always there? I don't know. Alright. Can only bring one fairy who was picking at random by the power of walking dinosaurs. I don't know, I've been saying this map will be longer than the last one, but now that I'm thinking about it, there are nothing but like a bunch of fairies here, and then Sanae at the end. But I'm pretty sure Sanae has many spell cards, because she is Sanae. I think I gave Mailing a movement item, so hopefully she won't be like so far behind now. Still should put her near the front though. Right, you can't move Reimu because she's like a default character. When you have to bring a character a certain amount, you can't move the starting position. That's a problem in Fire Emblem games too. It's like, if you're gonna make me use a unit, at least let me choose the starting position.
We're finally here. Pretty fancy place.
I wasn't sure I believed it was real before now. Here it is. The shrine that's not Reimu's. Yes, this is the Moria Shrine, a shrine from the forgotten past. We brought it with us from the outside world when we moved here. Somehow. Sanae. So you've come, Reimu.
And brought it with us, you mean?
Yes, both the shrine itself and the lake are originally from the outside world. Why would you go to such drastic lengths? We have but one goal, to acquire human faith. Here in Gensokyo we can regain the faith we lost in the outside world. Oh, I see. You work with Yokai Mountain in order to establish a foothold. That explains why you want the Conquering Shrine too. It's much closer to the human village. Precisely. I don't suppose you'd be willing to cooperate with us? Not a chance. What kind of shrine maiden would just hand over her shrine to someone else? First, I want to see how you guys operate for myself. Alright, then I shall provide another demonstration of the power of faith we've gained. Reimu defeated. Defeat all the other enemies before defeating Sanae. Is this going to be straightforward, where the enemies I see on the screen are the ones that are going to attack me, or are we going to have a situation on that Flandre map where just vampire bats kept showing up out of nowhere?
Ouch.
Man, imagine what Touhou games would be like without fairies. You'd be Reimu, you just fly through the stage, and there'd be nothing there, and then you get to the boss at the end. Just good luck, good thing fairies are there to be there, or else there wouldn't be a game. Be sure to thank your local fairy, they're the only reason these games are games and not boss rushes. I guess it's still technically a game.
See you next episode.
I am acknowledging the episodic nature of our very existence. Incidents, they're like an episode of a TV show.
What wacky adventures will Reimu and Co. get into this time? Who knows?
Reimu and Co. Operation.
What you doing there, fairy?
Yeah, there's not really much going on here until I get to Sanae. And I kind of already talked about what I wanted to talk about in previous parts. So now I'm just here, recording the fantasy of Maiden Wars. Yep. Next time I record this game, I will be graduated. This is the last thing I am recording before I do the graduation. How exciting. Gotta get up early in the morning to do that. Had to get up early for my exam yesterday. It was at 8 in the morning for some reason. For a class that starts at 11. My class that normally starts earlier, around 9, that test was at like 11:30. But the class that starts at like 11:30, its test was at 8 in the morning. Who knows why? Why are these schedules the way they are? Will Star Sapphire do anything? Don't count on it. Yeah. Yeah, I like the 3 fairies, but they're not being used probably because they were really, really bad. Like, really, really bad. Quite a shame, really. I mean, that is kind of the thing. They are. You would have a Toho power scale. Don't even get into that, but if you were to have an honest one, they would be near the bottom. Like, the 3 of them combined. Lost a Cherno. Do I just go ahead and kill you? Why not? Give all the kills to Rainbow. What does it matter? Rainbow gets all the kills. Rainbow just get 100 kills before the end of the 3rd arc, which is definitely happening. She's almost halfway there at this point. Marissa's over halfway there. Yeah, I've been using my main characters quite a lot, haven't I? They're throwing themselves into them. What do you want me to do? Huh? What, were you asleep? Just let yourself get hit by that? And now they're dead. Alright, just Marissa's gonna kill everything. Continue to be the dominating force in the kill leaderboards, because they're just throwing themselves at her. That musical timing. It like dropped when the fairy was hit. Reinforced barrier. Cool. Marissa's level 20. Should probably use other characters. They threw themselves into her. What was I supposed to do besides, you know, not have her move forward in front of everyone else? To put her in that situation to begin with.
I hate it when my attacks miss.
Don't we all, Chirbo? Don't we all? Alright, just gonna keep moving forward. Let Kurumi get this kill, I guess, if you can. Get to hear a theme for a bit.
Alright, let's go.
She said alright with a W. That wasn't even me. You supposed to have the Google voice too? Can't have too many characters have the stupid Google voice. It's a lingerie thing. Although the voice I do for like the cats and the rat and the rabbits that aren't racing is kind of basically that voice anyway. I feel like it was more different at some point, but it kind of just melded into the other one. What happens? Hey, Star Sapphire, you want to be like bait? People act like Star Sapphire, some unhinged psychopaths. You just put bombs in someone's belongings one time. One time! You know how long that manga is? She did one unhinged thing one time. You act like that's all she does. It's just a little funsies. You know, not that big of a deal. You don't gotta take it so seriously. Alright, fairies, your move. Alright. Can't really do anything about that.
You fairies aren't so dumb now, are we?
This is nothing compared to Sakia's knives. Alright, tiled on Mako. When was the last time I used that? During the last map, you basically were able to use your strongest attack the entire time, so I had no reason not to use it. How many characters have that little hat shape that Ellie has? Quite a couple PC98 characters do, I think. It was the in style at the time, apparently. Yeah, maybe this chapter will be one part. It'll be a longer part. Mailing. Come on now. %8 chance to hit. It's ironic how Yuka's two little goobers here are way more prevalent throughout the game than Yuka is.
Nice try, moron.
You know, I'm not certainly complaining. I enjoy these two. And the Yuka in this series is interesting. Because she's definitely like the scary Yuka, but she's not like asshole Yuka, or she sometimes is. Like, not really. I don't know. Quite a couple characters in this game where I'd say their interpretation of this game is like my favorite version of the character. Don't know if I feel about that. Definitely don't really feel that way about Yuka, but she's still pretty fine. Ironically, don't really feel that way about Notori. Because this is the game. This game, you know, was written before 13.5, basically turned Notori into a character. Because you kind of just had like a couple lines of dialogue in 10. Before that, what was Notori even in before 13.5? I'm sure she had some stuff, but very different character before that game. She's based on that, so Notori in this game is very much, you know, power of friendship. Because Kappa friend to human or something. No, she's got the whole inventor stuff going on, so she's still got that. But like, half her character that she normally is nowadays is missing from this game because it didn't exist yet. Nope, not a kill. One day you'll regret all the fairy bullying. Oh, they won't. You know who were surprisingly irrelevant? You know a game where fairies were surprisingly irrelevant? Toho Healing Nature. You get too much into that game's plot, but yeah, it had to do with nature. Who would have thought? You know, with all fairies being the embodiment of nature or something. Figured they'd be more related to that. But I guess not. I don't want to kill you with Marissa again. Got enough Marissa kills. Man, you can't kill anything from your Moko. Time to beat you down. Okay, that was a critical. I was about to say, there's a lot of damage for a normal attack. This lone wolf still got a little more hell in her. Yep. I'm not really saying much this part, am I? And sometimes that's just how it be. Sometimes you just don't have anything to say. Let the gameplay speak for itself. As I'm recording this now, and I record on Saturday. Guess I can record GM games again, maybe. Who knows? Alright, Rainbow and Marissa are getting the last fairy kills. Unless this doesn't kill, which is my Persuasion Needles. Doesn't really do that much damage most of the time. Oh wow, it didn't. Maybe I'd let the fairies decide who kills them. Or I can let Diose get killed. There you go. Diose kill, you don't see that much. Yeah, despite the fact that I use Diose so much, I really don't feel the need to upgrade her anymore. Except for maybe her MP or something later. Because all she really does is heal and occasionally get a backup kill. Star Sapphire is here. What is she here to do? Nothing, really. But she's here. Well, I guess Fairy just wants to die, because there's no way of hitting you. Alright. How badly are you gonna fail to kill this thing, Star? She like puts her hands together. Just shoot in your general direction. Wow, that was actually a kill. Well, good job. I didn't expect you to actually do that. After your performance with the Kappa, I was assuming you couldn't do more than a couple hundred damage. Alright. Bullseye. Do I need to use guard?
No, whatever, it's fine. To be honest, I was hoping you'd reconsider your views. My views on what, exactly? Ah, Grey Shrine's values. Here in Tokyo, humans and yokai coexist.
So I've been informed. But shouldn't the shrine grounds be devoted to the worship of its god?
That's common sense on the outside, I take it.
I'll show you the power of the Moria Shrine's faith, starlight twinkling in daylight.
Ow. Do. Sanae, coach, yeah, let's settle this. It's very slow faces for the transient people. At least they illustrate this transient world. Transient peoples. So I'll do it, Sanae, get your head in the game. That was a crit. Very nice start.
Why did I move? Yeah, I moved everyone over here to try to get those fairy kills, and now nobody's actually close to Sanae right now. You know what? Just kind of... Everyone just kind of get close to you, and then we'll figure out what to do next time. You won't hit a 17, this would be ridiculous. We can finally settle this once and for all. I have the power of faith on my side. You won't defeat me, Rainbow. You talk big, but let's see you back it up. Let's settle this, Sanae. I'll kick your butt. This much is nothing. What faith can your patron deity hold you when you're this slovenly? I hold now your glory and power, O God, who's deliberately right and wrong, choose to be, thus I beseech thee. Yes. Well, this isn't gonna hit, but whatever. You know, it's rare to see a human square off against a Reimu. Is that so? It doesn't look that way from where I'm standing. Point taken, but she has an odd way of attracting followers. I hope you'll feel that draw yourself one day. I have a hard time imagining that happening. She's even better than before. Damn. You aimed where I was, not where I was going. Lady Aristika's blessing I can't lose. Draw the star and let divine power purify the great thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy, yes. $50 mailing? 50? I have the power of a wind god on my side. I won't lose. Well, neither will I. My job, I have to stand in the wind all day and night. Ouch. I feel sorry for you. You're just a human, but I can't see I've got to take you down or something like that. I can't take much more of this. This won't go like last time. Taki Minakata something. Thus I do beseech thee. Show you how refined ki can stop Danmaku. Ki refers to my body, as it stopped the Danmaku because I got hit. Why not? Take down the first health bar with a nice, sturdy head.
It's really impressive how tightly some of these hats stay on people's heads. Like, she's just flying that way, that hat should have flown right off. You know, just chop it up to magic. You talk about how, like, nobody flies in the manga. When you really think about it, a lot of... So far, so good. There's no way she's putting up a serious fight yet. Stay sharp. You're rather good, so you insist on refusing to entrust Kinsokyo's faith to us? Of course, we'll never allow you to take the Hakurai Shrine. Besides, if you want faith so much, you can't... Besides, if you want faith so much, can't you just work with Reimu? Why do you want a monopoly? Why? Because the future of Kinsokyo's faith worries us. If Reimu keeps up our current attitude, it will eventually cause a complete erosion of faith. The state of affairs cannot be ignored. I don't get it. Since when were you guys in charge of deciding what's good or bad for Kinsokyo? You might be a wind priestess or whatever, but don't you think you're being a little too uptight? Of course not. A wind priestess is a descendant of the long-dead living gods of the outside world. Just as worshippers of gods can become worshipped themselves, a shrine maiden is capable of becoming a god. Reimu, are you prepared to go that far in your duties? God or not, none of that matters. What does is that when I say I'm going to do something, I do a halfway decent job of it. I see. Well then, behold the power of a living god, the power to work miracles. You ever read the Bible, Reimu? Based on that time Noah, he crossed the seas with a Beyblade. Yeah, let's, I guess I'm using persist because there's a 10% chance that you bite the dust here. So.
I can tell you're human, you know. If you leave your armpits exposed like that, my cool air is gonna freeze you.
I suppose I am feeling a bit chilly, but...
You and Rainbow are both kind of weird.
Yeah, that does fit into exactly what I was about to talk about. The miracle of Moses parting the seas. Beyblade, Beyblade. Let it rip! Ah!
Sometimes I'm amazed by my own talent.
Yeah, when you really think about it, a lot of total character design does not make sense with the fact that everyone's flying around all the time. Like, they wear hats that would fall off their heads if they flew at, like, any speed at all. Oh, what a fancy spell.
Don't come crying to us if you run yourself out of breath busting out big spells.
My objective is to give Reimu a proper appreciation for the power of the faith Moria Shrine holds. I'm ready to demonstrate my miracle working as much as it takes to get my point across.
She's much more of a brute force type than she looks, so you might be in for a tough fight here.
Kinda wish we could shore up on our side, if only we had a little more manpower.
Don't worry about that, I'm here now! I made my decision, I'll fight along Marissa and the others. Best of all the weapons I've got! Go!
A water attack? Who did that? Why would a Kappa? It's
Tori, is that you? Nice to see you're okay, Marissa.
Aren't you one of the Kappa who live in the valley? Why in the world would you attack me?
I'm here to bend bridges, so I'll be fighting on Marissa's side. If you do that, won't you get punished? Yeah, I'm probably in it for the 3rd degree later. But I'm going to be honest with myself anyway. There's no backing down for me now.
I see Marissa's recklessness has rubbed off on you.
Silly girl, you didn't have to come all the way out here.
What is this? Are you turning your back on the Moria Shrine?
No, not at all. I won't enter the shrine grounds once this is over and I'll make my proper offerings. But Marissa and the others are very important friends of mine, so please let me fight alongside them.
Because you're friends?
I get you. Now that you're offering, you better not run off. No need to worry. As long as I'm with everyone, I'm not afraid.
Let the people of the mountain decide how to address this matter. I won't raise any complaints from my end. But if you intend to stand against me, I will not hold back. Satori, she's back. She's been gone since the end of Scarlet, but she's back. Kappa's Paroko. Yep. You don't have... Oh, Natori. Not right. Post movement, of course. Alright. What's my chance? 50? Alright. Alright, Natori. First thing you've done in like quite a couple parts. You wanna not flub it up?
Lady Kochia.
Now that I think about it, you were with Rainbow and the others last summer too.
Look, I'm not fighting the Warrior Shrine out of any personal dislike. It's just Marissa's an important friend of mine, and the gods of the Warrior Shrine.
Would you stop going on about friendship? Maybe you're okay with that, but we're... Alright, Natori.
Made my decision. I'll fight like Sunburst and the others. I'll finish with a Fantasy Falls cannon.
80% chance.
Let's whip you around and wash you away.
Welcome back, Natori. Welcome back, Natori. Right. Yeah, like a bunch of characters wear hats and fall off their head. Hell, even if you fly fast enough, even your hairband will probably fall off. They use a lot of characters wear like really loose clothing, even though it's when you get high in the air, it gets really cold. Oh, chop it up to magic, whatever. They used to wear, like, that was a thing with early Windows character designs. They were a bunch of bloomers. Which, it makes sense if you're flying in the air. But I guess at some point people are like, you know what, if I'm gonna fly above the air, like directly above people, or they just look directly up, just wear a small skirt, whatever. Alright. Man, wouldn't it be great if Natori did something there? Would've been fantastic, really. 80%, really not asking for much. And he got hit by like, like a fucking 50 or something? Wow, the Tengu aren't kidding, they really are a lot of you. I just happen to tag along because I got nothing better to do. We're going out for drinks once we win, so I'm gonna go all out for this. You're clearly just here to goof off. Tough times are where I shine. You can call me a joke character, but I'm actually a really good unit. There we go. Nah, that was careless of me. Almost 40 minutes here. Do I want to keep going? Make this an hour-long part. Fighting Sanae here. I don't know, she'd be a lot closer to dying if Natori didn't miss. Really would be. Ow. That kinda hurt. I've been like on the verge of a sneeze here for like the past couple minutes. It keeps showing up like it's about to happen, but then it just kinda goes away. Kind of annoying. Trust the Ellie. Alright, we're headbutting you again. Because people with Bullseye are the only ones who can do anything in this game. Where all the bosses can just have really high dodge rates. There we go. Another health bar down. You're all fairly skilled. You're all quite impressive. However, this is as far as you'll go against the power of miracles.
She throws around a power like it comes from an endless wellspring. She must have incredible reserves of faith.
But for all that faith, the shrine's practically deserted. Why would you do things that narrow your pool of worshippers? Lady Yasuko once said that faith is there for the sake of humans. So in order to gather faith from him, it is essential that the shrine grounds remain sacred. Yokai must not be allowed in.
But that's why you're always alone, right?
Where did you hear that?
Copper Girl mentioned she's only ever seen you by yourself.
Allowing yokai onto the grounds and pushing humans away would be an act of sacrilege. It makes sense in theory, but in practice it seems rather lonely. I'm willing to accept that if it's necessary for gathering faith. There's still no reason to go around making super uptight rules. I can never do that. Yeah, it's not great when yokai gather, but your way just sounds like a hassle, not to mention way too constrained. A hassle? It's that attitude of yours right there that... Fine, I'll call in the yokai of the mountain once more and illustrate our difference in faith. Your reinforcements won't be coming.
Huh? Sakya, it's actually in Quackma. Didn't you pass on coming to the mountain?
I changed my mind. I grew a bit curious about yokai mountain status quo.
We were planning on turning back if getting in was too hard, but luckily we had no trouble getting here.
How was it so easy? What were the guards doing? They were guards, but they let me through when I said I had business at the shrine.
Guess that means the tango from earlier talking for us.
But we and the tango were supposed to... I believe they're telling you that this is your mess to sort out now. I don't get what's going on, but my condolences. Long story short, we had a pleasant trip. I knew this would happen. I don't fear being alone.
No need to bluff. It's okay to admit you lost.
I have not lost. Lady Yasuko is with me. As long as I have her divine protection, I'll see this through alone if I have to.
Bold words, but what can one person do against?
Wait, I'm sensing something. Is she invoking a god? Come forth, Taki Minakata.
Guess the mountain yokai did you. Sucks to suck.
It's to be expected, honestly. Even if they don't accept us now, surely sooner or later they'll come to understand us.
But what you're doing now ain't working, right? In that case, try another approach. One of the tricks to magic is not letting yourself get stuck on one particular method. Your face stick doesn't mean a lick to me.
Alright, how much is it gonna do?
Hopefully a lot.
Alright, that's a solid... It's more than a third. I'm not worried. I'm not! I was prepared for this to happen. Yes, guy, act in your name. Come forth, Taki Minika! So long as the winds guide me, I won't be defeated!
Yes. What'd you expect?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sanae's one of those characters who only gets a cut in if her move hits. So, unless I want to get hit, I'm not going to see it.
Demarcation. Now that I think about it, that person's not here this time. What was she called again? Mochi or something?
Momiji, I believe you're referring to Inabashiri.
Yeah, her. She defended you when you ran off a while back, right?
It simply happened to be in the area and offered her assistance. We haven't had occasion to talk since then.
Oh, I get you. You've fallen out of touch. is the first time I've used this. Doesn't matter if you're gotten stronger, the same thing's gonna happen. You can't escape the darkness.
If I used Immortation at all, it's the move where she bites.
That was okay.
I'm not worried. I'm not.
Kind of thought you'd taste like a plant or something because of green hair, but not really.
Right, she's back doing this again. I don't... Yeah, I already took care of this spell card, so I don't exactly know what determines what she decides to counterattack with. Of course that is.
My everything stinks.
Right, 45 minutes, but I'm already this far in. Screw it. Hour plus long part. I don't care. Right, Patchley's back here and can do a whole lot of nothing before she moves, because Patchley has like no moves where she can hit before... Okay, she has this now apparently, never mind. Alright, we'll put Quackama next to you, because that might improve something. You got, yeah, you got Bullseye. Anything to take less damage? Nope. You're just gonna get hit. See, all the living gold has been causing all this fuss. Had a pleasant mountain climbing experience because of you. Thanks. What did the Tengu say to you? I suppose they don't think well of us, do they? Didn't say much of anything, really. But if you had a reason to think that, then you probably brought it on yourself. You're the only human on the entire mountain of Yokai, huh? Try not to burn my books. She's talking to herself, I guess. Didn't really do that much damage, Patchley. Patchley.
Here she goes.
I mean, I'm sure I can use part of this cutscene in the thumbnail if I don't get the cut it. Ow! That almost killed. Which she had magical barrier about, and that did that much damage. Noticeably different characteristics than Rainbow. There's like a 50% chance to hit, so probably won't. Oh, it did. Alright, let's trust you. Because you're dying. Alright. How about you don't get hit here, Satya? Now that I take a closer look, you're still just a child. You're a maid. The Kappa mentioned you're the only human living on this mountain. It can't be easy dealing with so many yokai all by yourself, can it? Sometimes it can be a bit rough, but I've never found it unbearable. This is what we came to consult you for. Now I see, you wouldn't last long at all if you dwelt on it. Try me another than Rainbow. I have to include this in my report. Sakuya. Sakuya, you didn't kill and it didn't kill. Why didn't you kill Sakuya? Is this gonna hit me? Had a really low chance to. Means it did anyway. Yep. 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 Kermie also has trust. Should probably try to remember that. Alright. Dayu say kill anyone? No. Gyro kill? Can't reach you. Gyro kill indeed.
Is the miracle of turtle freezing? Whatever.
Even all alone, I can keep going. I can't believe you made it through all this.
Woo, we shot her down. Me specifically.
You're holding your own very well for one person against so many of us. That was an invocation. If she can channel a god in her body, she's definitely a capable shrine maiden. I'm willing to honor the fight you put up, but let this matter go if you stand down and let us pass.
Nikochia, we have no real problem with the Moria Shrine, but at this rate, you'll end up isolated as both a human and a god. Wouldn't that be lonely?
Loneliness is a concept that has no bearing on me. We, Lady Asuka, chose to pass into fantasy rather than cling to her bygone glory days. It was all for the sake of regaining faith. My fears, my anxieties, I left all those things outside the barrier. Sheesh, she doesn't have to dig her in her heels like this.
Well, now I can see how ready you were when you came to Gensokyo, so I'll face your best, shut it down, and put an end to this fight for good.
Lo, winds of the sacred mountain, strike these transient people down with guidance and faith. Being struck down by faith is for the transient people, don't you know?
Oh, I can't do anything. Cool. Reduces damage taken from S attacks by 700. Unit's power cannot be reduced by level 100. Sets unit and weapon air terrain ranks to S. Yeah, I got an item earlier that sets all of your air rates to A. Here's the problem. Every single one of my units already has an air rate of A. So you're just being an annoying shit, is what's going on. I can't attack you at all. No. Nope, can't attack you at all, huh? You know what I can attack you with? Bomb. Still can't attack you, huh? Woo. Alright, who needs healing? You do? Actually does. No, see what happens.
Blow forth the wide wind.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to admit defeat. Please handle the rest for me. Wow. Okay. Right. This is what we're doing, huh? Can I hit you? Can I hit you? I didn't mean to do that. Press the wrong button there. Right, so let's go back 2 turns. So, pray tell, what exactly am I supposed to do? I can't hit her because this is happening? Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Yeah, what exactly am I supposed to do in this situation, huh? So, it's gonna end anytime soon. No? We're just stuck on a loop here. So, what do I do then? Because, nothing I do hits you at all. Still says 0. Yep. Still says 0. Just attack her anyway, see what happens. That was 20% chance to hit. Fuck you. Yeah, where's the bio that explains why I can't hit anything? Been at this for almost an hour, and we're doing this. What the hell am I supposed to do? Why can I hit you now? Why can that move hit you? What the fuck why? Like, oh boy, I can hit you with Persuasion Needle. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm not letting your hassle remark go. Gods vanish once they lose faith, and yet here you are. I'm telling you, I'll hand it my own way. Let's be real, if I act as uptight as you, even the gods would just find it tedious. How dare you talk that way about me? Don't you dare dismiss all my earnest, serious conduct. You're living in Tokyo, it's better you hear that now. Turn animation's off, right. Right, so can I do anything now? Can I do something now? I don't know. Can't even get anybody anywhere because I moved them away. Focus. Don't even have options anymore because I moved everyone away because I assumed I couldn't hit you with fucking anything, and I was waiting for the map to end, for the map attack to end, but apparently the map attack doesn't end. So I just have to experiment, except I can't experiment because no one's close to you. I don't know, I guess move people who aren't dying close and then see if I can do anything next turn. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe some outside of this, like, inner circle thing I don't get hit? I don't know. Nope, nope. Try to move Journo. Move Journo. You heal? No. Maybe supply, which is what gives you ammo or something. I don't know how that system works. Well, going down. Take care not to follow suit. Alright, can I do something now?
Alright, yeah, I can. I guess I can't. I guess you're invincible the first turn, and then you weren't invincible the second turn, and I was just supposed to know that I can hit you the second turn, not the first turn. Okay, that's cool. Real cool, Sanae. Real cool. That was an awful way to end the map. Ah! And that makes 2 wins. I'm in the lead. You're strong, and you're this powerful. Why can't you gather any faith for the Hakare Shrine? Well, I want to know.
Anyway, we won, so no more of this shrine takeover business. Now what's left is to speak directly with the Morgan Shrine God. Resolving this peacefully would be ideal, but
all I wanted was to help Lady Yasuka recover faith. That would be the happiest outcome for both her and the humans of Kensokyo. So that's why you were striving so hard, out of pure goodwill? Your heart was in the right place, but your methods not so much. Look, I'm not about to start debating which of us has a better approach, but I don't want your help. I can win back a little faith myself. Alright, if you wish to see Lady Yasuka, then proceed onward to Lake Suwa. You'll find Lady Yasuka where the Onbashira stand.
gotcha. Reimu, let's go.
Right. So these are the Moria Shrine grounds. These are much nicer structures than those of the Hakare Shrine.
They look solidly made too. I wonder when they were built.
Why do you care? Are you an architect now?
It's so clean and well kept. Do you think the shrine maiden just cleans non-stop when she's got free time? You know, Reimu, you got plenty of free time yourself. Maybe you can take a page from a book.
Shut it. I'd stay perfectly clean if I didn't have people dropping in all the time.
Anyway, Lady Patchley, I thought you weren't coming.
I changed my mind and decided I wanted to have a look around Yokai Mountain. Oh, it's this easy, Lena. I could have come another day.
Aw, don't be like that. We're glad to have you.
Yes, I'd appreciate if you could continue lending your aid. I'll think about it. Maybe if my interest is piqued.
Hell, the fact that you got here so easily must mean the mountain yokai have changed their attitudes. Is that why you came to Tori? Because you learned that? Nope, I haven't heard a thing about that. But you came anyway. Weren't you scared of getting punished? I knew I'd be in for something, but I wanted to see you all anyway. Besides, I know Marissa will be there for me. She'll protect me no matter what. Wait, not will?
My, she speaks so highly of you. So gallant, you're pretty smooth, Marissa.
Hold on a second. I might have said something to that effect, but don't lean on me too hard. What? But you were like, I want you to come with me.
What a reckless thing to say. Did you plan on taking this cap off the mountain? I doubt she put that much full thought into it when she said it. It all works out now, of course.
I bet that shrine maiden wasn't expecting the Tango to turn on her. They were supposed to be her allies.
Smart yokai wouldn't just betray someone for the hell of it. They must have something to gain. That poor girl, though, I feel kinda bad for her. She told us a lot, but what stood out to me was that they came here from the outside due to dwindling faith. That flies.
Oh, of course, a loss of faith is the same as death for gods. Maybe she just wanted to protect her own gods. Throwing everything you have into something for the sake of someone you hold dear. I can understand wanting to work yourself to the bone like that.
By the way, she divides up humans and yokai shows that she hasn't adjusted to Gensokyo yet.
Still, she's probably a better shrine maiden than Reimu is. How about you let her put up a branch shrine or something?
I'll think about it, but I'm gonna meet with this god before I make any final calls. Yasuka, the god of the Moria Shrine, huh? I wonder what she's like.
That shrine maiden was really devoted to her. Maybe she's super popular.
Either way, either that or she's just got the right kind of charm to get that kind of devotion. A devilish drama. Considering she's a god, I assume it's the exact opposite for her, though personally I prefer devils. Scarlet devils. Not even the mountain yokai know much about her, right?
Yep, yokai like me are barely even allowed on the shrine grounds.
Just to confirm our standing policy, you're not handing over the shrine regardless of what she throws at you, correct? Darn right, I'm not about to chicken out now. Personally chastise the jerk who wants to take over my shrine.
Mysterious god, can't wait to test my magic on an opponent like that.
Loadouts can now be selected in divisions that allows you to completely alter the performance of specific units. In Tori's case, you get some new weapons in exchange for a minor cost increase, so keep your overall formation fine when using her. There! No going back now.
Great, I'll deal with everything else later. It's been over an hour. That took about as long as I thought it would. Kinda wish that last attack wasn't what it was. Kinda wasted my time. Yeah, it was that. Next part, we'll start the next map. Certainly not gonna finish it, it's gonna take longer than this. So, but I'm done recording for the day. So, see you then, bye.